Let's keep asking some serious questions here. Number one, can we agree that when our Creator made the heavens and the earth, that there were no flaws and that He made all things perfect? Number two, can we agree that everything that He made in the garden was perfect and He never intended or desired for anything to change for all eternity? And number three, would you agree with me that if Adam had not sinned, everything that was said to be very good would still be perfect and unchanged? Number four, would you agree with me that in the beginning all things were perfect, as we just established? Then Adam sinned, sent the world into a tailspin of constant groaning and imperfection. It says the whole world is groaning. But at some point in the future, when the Messiah comes back, He will restore all things back to the original state of perfection. And so we are going to answer these very serious questions because ultimately we all deserve that these questions to be asked and for every single one of them to be answered. If we move to Genesis chapter 2, we're going to find out that the motivation of God, the motivation of Yahweh is everything. On the seventh day, God ended His work which He had made. He rested on the seventh day from all His work which He had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it He had rested from all His work which God created and made. And this is Genesis chapter 2. So not even into the 2 verses into the second chapter of the Bible, we are talking about a verse that is setting something apart. Matter of fact, the Hebrew word for set apart is kudosh, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. So if He set apart the seventh day in the garden when everything was said to be perfect, and it was never His intention for anything to ever change from that perfection, and the Scriptures tell us that He is going to restore all things back to the beginning. Think about this. Isn't it logical to assume that the Sabbath on the seventh day was never intended to change? It was never intended to change. If He created Adam and Eve perfect, and He created the earth perfect, and all the animals perfect, and He created the sun, the moon, the stars, and the heavens perfect, and when He finished everything and rested on the seventh day, and He said, I hallow it, I set it apart, I make it completely different than all the rest of the days, I am making it holy, just like He sets us apart and makes us holy from the rest of the world. We're not like the rest of the world. We are set apart, the same exact word that's used in Genesis 2:2. We as believers are that exact same word. We are consecrated and dedicated, sanctified and set apart. And that's what He's doing all the way back in the garden. So the point is this: if He sets it apart in the garden before they sinned, then isn't it very logical to assume that Yahweh's entire intent and desire is for it to never, ever have changed? Come and join us as we travel back in time 4,000 years ago to discover exactly where the holidays of Christmas, Easter, and even Valentine's Day come from. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus on December 25th? Whose birthday really is on December 25th? Where did we come up with December 25th? Where did the star on top of the Christmas tree come from? Where did the Christmas tree itself come from? Where did St. Nicholas come from? Are we sure that St. Nicholas even existed? Have you ever wondered where the famous phrase, ho, 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 comes from? It comes from the late 1600s when they used to have plays, and before the devil would come on stage, he would announce himself by saying, ho, ho, ho. Did you know that original Santa's elves weren't little guys that made toys? They were Krampus demons that would punish the children if they weren't good for that year, while St. Nicholas would give them gifts if they were good. Who is the Easter Bunny? Where did we get Easter eggs from? Why do we celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the vernal equinox? Did you know that Christmas was illegal in the United States until the mid-1800s? Can we celebrate these holidays according to the Bible? This is by far the most popular video on the internet on the history of Christmas and Easter. This video has changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives.
and it will change your life too.